Welcome to How to Identify the Task lesson. Now, once you have identified the topic for your essay, you need to identify the task. And the task is the part of the question that tells you what you have to do to answer it. This is one of the most important things you will have to do when you analyze the essay question. Why? Because 25% of your grade for the essay is based on task response, how you have responded for the task. To grade your task response, the examiner will be looking to see if you have answered the question. If you have only partially answered the question, this will decrease your grade for this criterion. Let's look at this essay question. The crime rate among teenagers has increased dramatically in many countries. Discuss some possible reasons for this increase and suggest solutions. Now, we identified the type for this question as teenage crime. The task or what you have to do is usually at the end of the prompt. As you can see, you are being told to discuss some possible reasons for this increase and suggest solutions. It is very common in Task 2 IELTS essay question to get asked to do two things. And this question is a good example of this. One, why teenage crime has increased, and two, ways to solve this problem. Now, you must discuss both those things to ensure you have fully answered the question, and you must write roughly equal amounts about each part. Doing any of the following things will reduce your score for task response and hence may reduce your overall score. So, only writing about reasons or only solutions. Two, writing most of your essay about reasons and only a small part on solutions or vice versa. Three, writing about the reasons and solutions for crime in general and not reasons for the teenage crime, which is a topic. Or four, writing about neither reasons nor solutions. So this is why it's important to spend some of the time at the beginning making sure you identify the task so that you know what you have to write about. So, a common mistake for students to rush at the beginning to start writing as they worried about not finishing and then write about the wrong thing. For example, when you have finished identifying the task, you will brainstorm your ideas. You may come up with reasons for an increase in crime, such as lack of parental supervision and boredom. However, I've seen some students come up with problems of teenage crime, such as more young people being put in prison and stress for their parents. Now, this particular task asks you to write about reasons, not problems, though being asked to write about problems and solutions is common. So, if you do this, you will not be answering the question. This comes from rushing and not taking enough time to identify the task properly. Now, let's look at other question types. The previous question was fairly easy, so to identify the task was hopefully not too difficult. Some questions, though, will take more thought in order to identify what you need to write about. So let's look at another example question. Advances in technology and automation have reduced the need for manual labor. Therefore, working hours should be reduced. To what extent do you agree? Again, look to the end of the prompt to identify the task. You have to say if you agree or disagree with working hours being reduced, or, in other words, automation machines taking over from some human duties. You must also say how much you agree or disagree to what extent. So let's assume you want to look at both sides of the issue. You therefore need to discuss the reasons why you agree and the reasons why you disagree, or put another way, the advantages of reducing working hours. And second, the disadvantages of reducing working hours. And of course, in the introduction or conclusion, you need to make it clear what your opinion is. If you do all of these things, then you will have answered all parts of the prompt. If you find more reasons to agree than disagree, then you can write more about this side of the argument or vice versa.